Hello everyone! In this video, I will talk about the games that I plan to cover for the next couple of weeks, starting with what you see on the screen. I recently beat Dark Souls with the hero Sir Kotaki. Now this is not Sir Kotaki. This is another hero whose only interests lie in the legend of the knight Artorias, a knight spoken of here and there in the original Dark Souls game. So what this means is that this is going to be the hero who will cover the DLC content of Artorias of the Abyss, a DLC that was launched with the PC version of Dark Souls, the Prepare to Die edition. So from the very beginning, I had planned on covering this DLC, but I knew I wanted to cover it with a different hero who had a different playstyle. So if you were wondering, why didn't you even go to the DLC content in your original playthrough, this is the reason. It's because I was going to cover it with a different hero who you see on the screen right now. So, you can expect to see coverage of that starting whenever I manage to defeat Ornstein and Smog, which are the toughest bosses, hands down, in Dark Souls. And unfortunately, you have to kill them to unlock the path to the DLC. So after they're dead, I will start uploading some coverage, so expect that in the next day or two. What you can also expect every day is my continued coverage of the Scrolls ranked matches. I'm now starting to explore more with the hybrid decks, because I have a lot more cards now, and just different decks in general, and I'm still having a lot of fun with that game. It's an amazing game. If you have not seen it, I suggest you watch a video or two and see if it's a game for you. And if it is, get it, because it's awesome. And having the community grow larger can only mean that the game itself will grow larger with more cards for all of us to play with, and it's just a great game. So I will be covering that every day for the next couple of weeks. What you can also expect is more coverage of FTL. So FTL is on normal mode. It's a hard game. It really is. I think the difficulties have been mislabeled. Easy should be normal, and normal should be hard because it's tough. And I'm not complaining. I enjoy the challenge of FTL. It's a great game, and I plan on having at least one run through of every single ship and every single layout of every single ship before I stop playing FTL on my channel. So that's most likely going to be a lot of coverage to expect of FTL in the future, because I only have, 4 ships unlocked, and I think one of those ships have both of the layouts unlocked, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of coverage in the future of FTL, so continue to expect that. What you can also continue to expect is my Xcom subscriber squad playthrough, of course, because we have not lost, nor have we won yet, so expect more Xcom subscriber squad. That game is getting tough. It really is. And if you haven't seen XCOM playthroughs before, I suggest you watch, a video or two, see if you enjoy the game, because XCOM is an amazing strategy game. I'm having a lot of fun with this run still, and I really hope we all make it to the end. Well, some of us didn't make it to the end, unfortunately, but hopefully from now on, all of us will make it. So expect more XCOM every day. Also, what I will begin to cover is the beta of Payday 2. I recently got into it, and I played a little bit, and it's really fun. It's a 4-person co-op, bank robbery, jewelry heist, horde mode, because when you're robbing these banks, you have waves and waves of AI cops and SWAT and, armored cops coming after you, and you have to work together as a team to get as much money as you can and then make it to the escape vehicle. And there seems to be a lot of customizable options in the game that you can unlock as you play. It seems like it's really going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it to be fully released. I think it's August 29th. So I plan on covering the full release version as well as the beta. So the beta coverage will start in the next day or two, so expect that. Now, what to not expect every day? We'll start with Magic the Gathering 2014. I'm not having as much fun with Magic recently, so I'm going to cut back my coverage of it. I do apologize for those of you who enjoy my Magic games. I'm just sorry I'm not having as much fun with it anymore. I don't even really enjoy the two-headed giant mode anymore, and the 4-person free-for-all, which is the one mode that I do like, I'm starting to not enjoy either, so I'm going to cut back my coverage. I still will upload MTG videos, just not every day most likely. So again, I apologize if you enjoy those videos. What also will not be every day is Mercenary Kings. Now, the game is fun, but I think I've kind of run into everything to expect. The only things left are maybe a couple more maps that we haven't seen, and then of course all the weapon variants, which it seems to be the big thing in the game, is all the weapon variants that you have. And that's cool, but it's not really enough to keep me going, really. So I will cover Mercenary Kings still, but most likely not every day, up until at least we see the end of the game. You know, the quote-unquote end of the storyline, which there really isn't much of a storyline, but we'll cover what's there. So don't expect Mercenary Kings every day. I apologize if you enjoy that playthrough, but I still will cover it to the end. Also, what to expect not every day will be Mount & Blade Full Invasion 2. Until the new update for that game comes out, which I don't know the date. I wish I did because I really wanted to come out. I'm not going to cover Full Invasion 2 every day. But when that update comes out, you can expect a lot more of my Mount & Blade Full Invasion 2 coverage. Until then, you can still expect a video to be uploaded every day or two, you know, when I find the time to play some Mount & Blade. Because I say when I find the time, because let me talk about these next few games that I plan on covering and would like to know your opinion on them. So I'm going to start with Spec Ops: The Line. So I did not hear amazing things about Spec Ops: The Line, but I received a free copy when I pre-ordered The Bureau. So, you know, it didn't cost me anything to get Spec Ops: The Line, so I was like, well, why not try it? If you'd be interested in seeing any Spec Ops, let me know in the comments. I will most likely show at least a video or two. I can't promise a full playthrough, because I don't know if that game is going to be fun, and if it's not fun, then I'm not going to play the entire game, because that would be torture to play a game that you are not having fun with. Also, what I plan on covering is Hitman Absolution. I picked this game up during the Steam Summer Sale simply because I loved Hitman Blood Money, which came out like 6 or 7 years ago, I believe. That game was amazing. So because of that, I picked up Hitman Absolution, and I plan on covering that in the next couple weeks. Sorry. And so if you want to see coverage of that, let me know. I'm most likely going to drop a video or two, and hopefully an entire playthrough. I hope it's a fun game, I really do, because I love the Hitman series. Also, what I saw on my Steam list that I kind of forgot about, honestly, was Gnomoria. Gnomoria is a Dwarf Fortress clone with just not as much to do, I think. It's not as complex yet, but I played it when it was first released on the Early Access program. I think it was late last year, and I enjoyed what I played of it. It was a cool little Dwarf Fortress clone, but I only played it for about a month or so, and I have seen that they have been constantly releasing updates for that game, so I am curious to see what they've changed. So I would like to do another playthrough of that. So if you would like to see Gnomoria, let me know, and I will get some coverage of that up on the channel. Now, those 3 games I can't promise every day unless I really enjoy them and I find out that I want to do a full playthrough. Then most likely I will be releasing those games every day. Now, my future coverage doesn't change that much from my last video. I looked at the future games on Steam, and nothing really caught my eye. Like, I saw Dragon Commander, but it didn't really interest me, and nothing else did either, except for The Bureau, which I've spoken of before, and I will be playing that, and Saints Row 4, again, covered before, and I will be playing that as well. And then there is always Rome 2 Total War, which, oh my god, Rome 2 Total War. Can't wait for that game. Been looking forward to it for a long time. Just can't wait to get my hands on it. So, that is my only future plans so far. If you would like me to check out a game that I have not spoken of, then let me know in the comments or send me a PM, and I'll look up the game that you tell me about. I can't promise I'll do a full playthrough because, well, I mean, if the game doesn't interest me, then I'm not going to play it. But I would like to know what you guys want to see me play. So let me know, I'll check it out, and we'll see if I can get a playthrough up of whatever game that you suggest on the channel. So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you're excited for the games that I talked about in this episode. I'm excited to continue to play all these games, and I look forward to the future of games, like Rome 2 Total War. Hey, did I talk about that already? You know that game called Rome 2 Total War? Anyway, sorry. I'll stop talking about it. So I will see you all later, and take care.